Hey guys, to those of you, I'm going to take my mask off for the purpose of this video, but know that I am at work. I wear the gloves when I'm cleaning. Apparently LA is going to ask people to wear gloves all the time, but this is ungloved, so I can hit my sensor here. So I can make this video for you guys. So I take my mask off so I can be more clear and you guys can hear me better. So this facial covering that I just removed is your standard issue disposable cloth mask, right? It's just a piece of paper textile that covers your face. And I wanted to take this moment to explain to you guys the difference between masks and which ones you should be using, okay? I just asked a client of mine to remove this mask, okay? It's a thick cloth mask, okay? Thick cloth with two rubber valves that open upon exhaling, okay? These valves are commonly found in respirators. And I'm gonna explain right now why you don't wanna wear a respirator mask and why this mask is a con job and you don't want to buy it and you don't want to wear it, okay? So when we're talking about transmitting the coronavirus or anything that can be carried through the water droplets in our breath that comes from exhaling, let's take a tangent and talk about what it looks like when you're standing outdoors in the wintertime and you do a deep exhale and you see all that steam leave your body, right? That moisture came from inside your body, right? And the heat of your breath is condensing the moisture in the air too to some degree. But what we're really talking about is that you are carrying atomized water molecules that could conceivably contain a virus. That's beyond the sneezing and the coughing and the spit droplets that come out when you expectorate that way. But what we really want to talk about is how do we keep people from getting infected from proximity? We know that wearing a mask is one of the most effective ways to help our community get through this coronavirus thing so we can go back to normal as soon as possible. So for those of you who've already been wearing masks, thank you. For those of you who are just joining us because maybe the policy is changing around and you were resistant at first, thank you too. Thank you for coming around. We shouldn't shame you for being late to the game, but this is what we need to know. Some masks are better than others. This one is no good. And it's no good because this device, when it opens for you to exhale, does not filter the air leaving your body. So at some point, I'm sure it catches some of the moisture, but it doesn't actually filter the air coming out. So the air leaving the valves on the outside is generally unperturbed, and it's going to be just as infectious as your regular breath. Beyond that, when we're inhaling, the air that goes into your lungs is going to go through the path of least resistance. In other words, the mask being as thick as it is, this is two thick layers. It feels like denim, right? Very stylish, but the air is definitely not going through the cloth. It's going to be going through the spaces that surround the mask, around your eyes or from the side, or people who have facial hair like myself, it's gonna, where I don't have a seal, air is gonna go up and through. And it's gonna invade your face from areas that aren't covered. So even this mask, that's the same thing. I'm not actually filtering the air coming into me, right? It's just taking a different path. I could definitely force this cloth against my mouth, but this is not an hermetically sealed environment. So this is a facial covering. This is a mask to protect the people around me. A respirator, on the other hand, like a construction respirator or a respirator used around demolition or hazardous materials, and they have those cartridges, those disposable cartridges, they have the filter media inside of them, and they're meant for mostly debris, right? And dust particulates and asbestos and things like that. Those masks are hermetically sealed. They have a rubber seal that contours your face, and they have straps that cinch it down tight so that no air comes in through the edges of the mask. Those masks are meant to protect the user. They're not meant to protect the people around them from the exhale, because they as well have these valves that open up and allow air to leave unperturbed and unfiltered from the body to the outside, and also to get as much heat away from the body as possible. So a respirator is not what we want to wear. A respirator may protect you better than a face covering, but as far as community is concerned, you're not protecting anybody else by wearing a respirator. What you want to wear is a facial covering, right? So get rid of the fancy ones that have these valves and get these disposable ones. Yeah, nobody likes to create waste, but this is not a situation where we can argue about this. A lot of you guys are really unaware of how these things actually work. You want to cover your mouth and nose. It's not a chin strap, right? You've heard that. And you definitely want to cover your nose, and you want to breathe normally. And I promise you, do the research. I used to train with respiration restriction, elevation training they used to call it. And you can condition your body very easily to become more athletic and create more hemoglobin through training at high altitudes where you're really deprived of oxygen density. Wearing a mask doesn't change oxygen concentration per breath. If you're okay going up to the slopes and skiing, then you could wear 4 or 5 of these masks on top of each other and you still get enough air, okay? That's complete nonsense when people say it's unhealthy to work out wearing one of these things. You just don't like the discomfort. It might make you a little bit anxious. The temperature might be a little bit higher for you. The perceived exertion might be a little higher, but it's just like working out on a hot day or getting into a hot car. You're not gonna get less oxygen because you're wearing a mask. And I'm betting my life on that, okay? So what you guys wanna do, if you really wanna contribute to your environment, is educate the people around you. Feel free to share this video if you'd like. My name is PJ. Thank you very much for listening. Wear these masks, not these masks, and no respirators. But please do your part so we can all go back to normal as soon as possible. Love you, bye.